Welcome to City English. I'm Cherri. City, C-I-T-Y, stands for Can I Teach You? Can I Teach You has two meanings. One meaning is permission. May I teach you? Is it okay with you? The other meaning is ability. Can I teach you? Do I have the skills? Welcome to City English. Hi, I'm Cherri. I am an English teacher in Korea. I am a real teacher. This is my real desk, and it is really messy. I'm here to answer some questions that students have about learning English. Here at Gangnam SGA, we teach only adults. So we get a lot of questions from adults because when you're an adult learning English, it's very different from when you're a child. One of the questions that students ask is about vocabulary. How do I remember words? I'm sorry. There's no easy way to remember vocabulary, but there is something important. Learning words separately without context is not going to help you remember. What I mean by that is that if you learn a new word, you have to use it in a sentence, and you have to repeat it 4 or 5 times before it gets stuck in your head. So just reading the word on a piece of paper is not going to help you remember it. So when you learn a new word that you want to remember for later, it's a good idea to make it into a sentence. The second question that I often get from students is, can you recommend a TV show for me? No, I can't. I sometimes recommend one TV show, and I'll show you later. But I don't recommend TV shows for students because I don't know your style. A lot of times students are told Friends is great for learning English, Modern Family is great for learning English. And while that may be true, if that show is not your style, if that show is not something you're interested in, if that show is boring to you, it's not going to help you learn. You have to choose something that you find interesting. I also often tell students that YouTube is perhaps a little bit better. The reason being is that when you watch a television show, it's a half hour or an hour. And if you don't understand the beginning of the show, you go through the entire episode not understanding. But with YouTube, the videos are usually shorter, so you don't mind going back a little bit and watching it over again. What I usually suggest to students when they do watch a TV show is watch the first 5 minutes without subtitles. See how much you understand, and then go back and watch it again with subtitles. Don't try to punish yourself by watching the entire show or entire movie without subtitles. That's going to make you uncomfortable. That's going to make you stressed. So watch 5 minutes and then watch the rest. Or every couple of minutes, try again. Then you'll still get to enjoy your show while studying English. Now, with YouTube channels for learning English don't help you learn English. YouTube channels for learning English are very good for learning grammar, nuance, advice. But if you're trying to practice listening, if you're trying to improve your natural speaking, they're not always the best channels because they're teaching you separate things out of context. And as I said at the beginning, the easiest way to learn a phrase or a word is in context. And this is very, very important. Learning English and Korean is not helpful if you are an advanced speaker. If you are a beginner, you're not watching this video because you cannot understand me. But if you are intermediate and advanced and you can understand me, stop watching English learning channels in Korean. Learn English in English. The last thing that students ask me is, how do I improve my listening? And this takes time and patience. And what happens is students want to improve their listening quickly, so they put too much pressure on themselves. You can't learn to listen well overnight, but what you can do is make English listening part of your life. That means listen a little bit throughout the day. Don't just listen to a 2 hour block in the middle of the day. Listen 15 minutes in the morning, 20 minutes in the afternoon, 30 minutes at night. And then as your listening improves, expand the time. But don't put too much pressure on yourself and force yourself to listen to a 2 hour movie in English. You're not going to be happy. And when you're not happy, you can't learn English well. The really important thing to being a good English speaker is to stay motivated. And if you're not motivated, find something to motivate yourself. Make English fun. I think I'm going to call this Cherri's desk. Yeah. So, from Cherri's desk, this has been my advice. You can listen or not listen, whatever. Bye. So, I think since it's going to be called Cherri's desk, I should introduce you to my desk. I am a very sentimental person, meaning that anytime a student gives me something, no matter how small, I keep it forever. So a lot of the things that you see on my desk, they're here because a student gave them to me. So the thing that students ask me about the most are these cats. This cat is Chaco. He is a dehumidifier cat. I bought him one day and put him on my desk. And students really like to come up and pet him. And one day, my student Brandon gave me milk. And I asked him why. And he said that Chaco needed a girlfriend. So Chaco is a boy, Milk is a girl, and they are my cats. And with them lives this turtle, which was a gift from my student Chris. He went on vacation, I think to Gyeongju maybe, and brought it back. So if you're wondering why do these cats live on my desk, they live here because I love them, because they are useful, because they make me happy. So that's the story of my dehumidifier cats, Milk and Chaco.